in the blistering haze of a dying sun, where the African earth cracks like shattered bone. 92 shadows erupted from the acacia, thorns fierce, unyielding baboons, their eyes burning with a hatred forged in stolen cradles and midnight screams. Across the parched riverbed of Tsavo East, Kenya, 1977, 17 golden titans rose, lions, scarred monarchs of the wild, their manes matted with the dust of forgotten kills. This was no hunt, no fleeting clash of predator and prey. This was the spark of apocalypse, of vendetta that would scar the soul of the continent. One cub's cry, ripped from a den by claw and fang, ignited it all. For the baboons, it was the breaking point. Generations of infants torn away, left as crimson rags on the plains. Enraged, they struck back, snatching lion whelps under cover of storm-lashed nights, drowning their mules in the Galana's muddy churn. What followed wasn't survival's grim dance. It was war, a symphony of savagery that echoed through the stars, binding two empires in blood oath. And as the first stones flew and fangs bared, the savannah held its breath. For in that moment, nature itself betrayed its laws. The weak rose as legions. The mighty trembled alone. But pause here, wanderer of worlds, before we plunge into this abyss of fur and fury. Whisper to me, from which corner of the globe do you bear witness? A rain-slicked city in Europe? A neon-veiled street in Asia? Drop it in the echoes below, and let's forge this tale together. Hit that call to journey deeper, for what brews next will claw at your dreams. The embers of enmity didn't flare overnight. They smoldered through the relentless drought of the mid-1970s, when Tsavo's veins, its rivers and springs, dwindled to whispers. Prey herds, wise to the famine, drifted east toward greener ghosts, leaving lions lean and desperate. The pride, a coven of 1710 lionesses of lethal grace. 7 males etched like ancient runes, pushed boundaries they'd once scorned. Baboon troops, those cunning sentinels of the cliffs, became fair game, quick screeching morsels to sat the hollow. But baboons are no lambs. Wired for wrath, they answered theft with terror. A 1975 dawn raid near the Voi's thorn-choked banks. A lioness drags a half-grown male from his perch. His troop 40 strong descends like locusts, teeth sinking into flanks, stones cracking ribs. The lioness flees, trailing red ribbons, her kill abandoned in the melee. Whispers among rangers called it anomaly. Fools, it was Genesis. By 1977, the cycle coiled tighter. Water holes, those sapphire mirages amid the ochre waste, became crucibles. Lions lapped at dawn, backs to the sun. Baboons claimed the rims at dusk, sentries scanning horizons. Proximity bred contempt, a female lion heavy with cubs. Ventures too near a troop's nursery, branches whip like vipers. Rocks avalanche, she retreats, but not unscathed. Gouges that fester under the merciless glare. Retaliation swift, 2 nights hence. Males prowl the troop's fringe, snaring 3 juveniles in a blitz of amber muscle. Their bones crunch like dry twigs, mothers' wails threading the wind. Numbers swelled, scattered baboon clans, rivals in feast and fury, forged packs born of peril. By summer's end, rangers tallied 92 souls in one colossal horde. A mega troop, pulsing with barely leashed chaos. Dominant alphas, Kibo and Lyra, barked edicts from granite thrones. Their scars a map of truces. Females herded the young to high crags. Adolescents drilled in mock charges, fangs glinting like obsidian. This wasn't mere herd. Who was horde? An army of the aggrieved, primed to reclaim the veins of life. The lions unbowed evolved in shadow, led by the colossus they named Jafara Main, a crown of midnight. Roar a thunderclap that bowed zebras at a mile, they knit tighter. No longer lone reapers, the pride stalked as phalanx, lionesses fanning flanks. Males anchoring the van, they mapped the baboon's rhythms dawn forages, dusk retreats, and struck at fractures. A 1977 ambush at the Ndada. Springs, scouts lure a splinter group with feigned retreat. Lionesses surge from grass seas, claiming 4 before the main force crashes down. Rocks hail. Bites rend. Jafari himself bears a gash across his eye, a milky veil that sharpens his gaze to lethal focus. Yet they adapt, feints at water's edge to draw defenders low, then pounces on the exposed rear. The savannah, that vast chessboard of dust and thorn, turned accomplice. Open flats favored the lion's sprint, cliffs, the baboon's barrage. Each skirmish etched tactics, baboons baiting into ravines, lions herding towards sun-baked traps, carcasses mounted, not feasts, but flags. A lioness eviscerated mid-leap, her innards steaming on hot stone. Baboon elders, wise in wound-tending, poultice geishas with acacia sap. The air thickened with unrest, screeches at midnight, roars at zenith. Villages on Tsavo's rim huddled, fires low, as cries of beast and man blurred in nocturnal dread. Unity's blade cut both ways for the baboons. 92 mouths stripped the land, bare baobab pods vanished in hours. Termite mounds raised like sieges. Infighting flared, a scuffle over a water-slick fig leaves, a beta male exiled. Easy prey for a lurkin' pride scout. The lions pounced on such schisms, culling the fringes like surgeons of doom. Yet the horde endured, emboldened. A pivotal stand at the Athi Basin. 1978. 17 lions mass for the kill, eyeing a nursery cluster. The troop erupts. 92 voices a deafening gale, stones a meteor storm. One lioness crumples, skull fractured. Males haul her limp form away. The horde reclaims the basin, howling triumph to the indifferent moon. Word spread through ranger radios. Traveler yarns. Tsavo bled. Not from Fang alone, but from feud's fever. The lion's riposte was poetry and brutality. Jafari, that scarred sovereign, orchestrated symphonies of slaughter. Flankers peeled off stragglers. Cores hammered the heart. A lioness, Zara swift as mirage, mother to 3 mastered the art of the whisper charge. Silent creep till the pounce explodes. Her tally, 7 baboons by year's close, each a notch on her whiskered ledger. But cost mounted, a mid-1978 foray near the Yatta Plateau, pride encircles a foraging wave. Baboons wheel, enveloping a young male in gray fury. He fights a whirlwind of claws, claiming 5 but falls. Throat torn, body a feast denied. The pride howls loss, circling his husk till dawn. Wounds lingered. Zara's hind leg, gashed deep, slows her hunts. Cubs, once pampered, now orphans in the pride's grim nursery. Yet ferocity forged them fiercer. Roars became war drums, echoing 10 kilometers, scattering herds and summoning kin. The savannah's pulse quickened. Antelope fled contested zones. Birds wheeled in anxious spirals. Tsavo wasn't wilderness anymore. It was Coliseum. Dawn of 1979 cracked the dam of restraint. The dry curse peaked. Galana, a skeleton of silt. Waterholes shrank to murderous mires, drawing horde and pride inexorably. First blood at the Tsavo's crooked elbow. Baboons crowned the bluffs. Sentries etched against the flame sky. Lions ghost in at twilight, 17 silhouettes slicing the gloam. Standoff stretches eyes locked, breaths ragged. An adolescent baboon, bold fool, slips low for a sip. Zara lunges, fangs close on spine. Snap, the horde detonates. Avalanche of rock and rage cascades. Lions scatter, but not empty-clawed. One juvenile dragged yelping into dusk. Horde surges, pinning a straggler male against thorn. Bites rain. He roars, fells 3, but flees trailing viscera. Night claims the field. 5 baboon husks, 1 lion limp. Rangers tally at first light. Bloodied earth, splintered bone. No victors, only vendettas deepened. Escalation cascaded. Athi skirmish, weeks on. Baboons invert the script, ambushing a lone lioness at a seep. Numbers overwhelm, claws rake eyes, fangs shear hamstrings. She survives by whisker, reinforcements thundering in like judgment. Limps for moons, her yowl a perpetual dirge. Plains littered, uneaten kills, testament to spite over sustenance. Baboons fortify perimeters, ironclad, juveniles chained to crags. Lions innovate, wave assaults, feigning weakness to lure barrages, then countering with flankers. Strategy bloomed from slaughter's soil. Villages quaked, tallies of beast legions wove into lore. Children hushed at screech roar nights. Travelers detoured. Antelope ghosts haunting emptied vales. The feud reshaped Tsavo, a proving forge where instinct bent to intellect. Survival to siege, crescendo crashed in monsoon's shadow. Late 1979, at Aruba's forsaken reservoir, pools gleamed like fool's gold amid fissures. All converged. Baboons, 92 unbreaking, throne the escarpment, skibos bark the toxin. Lions advance brazen, Jafari vanguard, pride fanned in bronze arc, dust devils their heralds. Roars roll like thunder heard, baboons answer in banshee wail. Dusk ignites, 3 lionesses blaze the slope. Zara among, targeting outer sentries. Horde reels, screams split air but counters. Boulder deluge fells Zara mid-stride, her cry a gurgle in crimson. Males breach low, snatch too young, melt to grass. Horde retaliates, mass descent engulfs a rearguard male. Gray tide surges teeth tornado, claws cyclone. He whirls, claims 8, mane a tattered banner, but Horde's weight buckles him. Pride crashes rescue, hauls him bloodied to safety. Hours blur, probes and parries, dust-choked melee. Rocks whistle, fangs flash, nightfall toll. 9 baboons stilled, 3 lions fell Jafari's brother among, throat a ragged bloom. Field of dawn, abattoir, crimson arcs on stone, feathers from opportunistic crows, husks baking an updraft. Rangers, hearts heavy, log the carnage, deepest scar yet. Horde fractures off a kibo gashed mortal. Troops splintering to king clans forging wary. Pride reels, Zara gone, males halved, cubs future famine shadowed. Skirmishes sputter to embers avoidance the new creed. Galana flows again by 80. Rains rinse wounds, horde shrinks to troops of old. Pride mends around Jafari's iron will. No triumph anthem, only truce's hush. Echoes endure. There's spin yarns a horde's reckoning. Moral of hubris, even titans topple in throng. Scientists pour, droughts alchemy, turning trophic tears to trench. Scars persist, lion roars, now cue baboon retreats. Troops skirt pride paths. Tsavo heals, but remembers, in want's vice, harmony shatters to shrapnel. This saga, forged in fang and forgotten by time, probes primal, when legions defy lords who scribes the elegy. As dust settles on Aruba's ghosts, I turn to you, guardian of this grit. From what wild or walled haven do you gaze? Spill in the void below. And if Tsavo's thunder stirred your blood, bind to this blaze next dispatch unearths another untamed odyssey. The wild waits for no one. Will you